Happy Watch Along Sunday, everyone. What's going on? Good mic work. Commentaries back at you as promised with a classic retro pay-per-view watch along. This is going to be the plan going forward on non-pay-per-view Sundays. You'll be happy to hear. You're going to see me every Sunday. If it's a pay-per-view day, we'll be reviewing that. If it's a non-pay-per-view day, I'm going to be up here with a watch along or perhaps a Patreon review, something like that. But that's going to be kind of the new deal going forward here on the channel, and I'm glad to be back with you for a really, really fun one tonight. So I think for the most part, not all the time, but for the most part, when it comes to these watch-alongs, they will probably coincide with whatever pay-per-view we happen to be near. There might be exceptions to that here and there, but I think we'll try to do that a little bit for the most part. You know, maybe even around June, we can do some King of the Ring watch-alongs or something like that. But since the next pay-per-view on the WWE's calendar in 2021 is Backlash, thought it would be fun to take a look back at one of the best backlashes of all time, the very second one in 2000, a really nice follow-up to a horrendous WrestleMania 16 main event in that Fatal 4-Way in 2000. Come back and hit a home run a month later with Rock and Triple H going head-to-head in the main event, which should have been the main event at WrestleMania the previous month. And it was one of the best, kind of crowd reactions and, big live crowd moments in the Attitude Era. So really fun one and a highly recommended pay-per-view that I either review or watch along for a long time. So you guys have always brought this one up and I thought it would be fun. So we'll be doing these a lot, like I said, in the future. Next Sunday, however, we've got that Impact Rebellion pay-per-view that's got the Kenny Omega and I believe the Rich Swann match. Mauro Ranallo is on the call for that. Normally, I wouldn't let an Impact pay-per-view stop me from doing a watch along, but I think next week we'll change it up a bit. I don't want to have to worry about going head to head with that because might want to watch it myself and I might want to come up and do a live stream about it. Still not sure on that yet. So what we're going to do instead, about an hour before Rebellion, we'll be up here for a classic pay-per-view review that's been sponsored by a great Patreon supporter, Kevin, who I believe is in here, and it's going to be on Royal Rumble 1993. So we're going to do that next Sunday prior to Rebellion, and then maybe I'll do something later on that night as well. Not sure. Either way, I'll be tweeting about it, one or the other. So anyway, that's what we are going to be doing. Wanted to let you guys know there, and this one's going to be fun. So I'm not going to beat around the bush too much longer because I do want to get going here. I also want to answer a couple of questions in the chat about my my COVID vaccine, and also that I want to apologize for not remembering that the A&E biographies on WWE start tonight right now. We're going head to head with that. I think the first one is on Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's 2 hours long. These look fantastic. After the Austin thing, there's a Stephanie McMahon and Mick Foley or something or other going on. So these A&E docs that we had heard about begin tonight. So had I thought about that and thought that through 2 or 3 days earlier, I would have came up here earlier and done this watch along before those started. But unfortunately, I didn't do my homework and we scheduled this for this time. But I can't really come up later because on the East Coast, that's difficult for some. It's Sunday night. Some of y'all got to work in the morning. So I'm on the West Coast and I want to try to make it time manageable for as many people as possible. So I will start keeping a lookout for stuff like that, not to get in the way of these type of things on Sundays, but we're going to be up here Sunday regardless, doing shit every week. So keep a lookout for that. We'll be here tomorrow too, by the way, for a Monday Night Raw review after the show. Does not look so good so far based on the review, but we'll be here for it one way or the other. Let's get ourselves set up here. Hopefully, by the way, while I'm jibber-jabbering here, get your WWE Peacock or WWE Network, depending on where you live in the world, pulled up and queue up Backlash 2000. Get your timer just set to all double zeros. Try to get through any ads you need to get through. We are going to be following along on Peacock, so the timer above my head is going to be synced up with the Peacock version. If you're watching somewhere else, there might be some sort of a time differential with the way Peacock is set up and ads and things like that. I also have the premium tier, so I'm not going to be interrupted in the middle of this by any ads. Some of you might. So if you do, just try to match up your timer with the one above my head and everybody should be able to follow along just fine. That's your instructions there. So while we're going through this, just pull up your Peacock and get Backlash 2000 ready and we'll hit play together here in just a couple of minutes. I want to say hello to everybody that's been here in the chat. Melissa, Gerard, Ryan, Jet the Hawk, Raymond, Sex Machine, Ben. We got Charlie, How Wheezy. We got Angie in here, Ben, Seamus, Charlie, K-Dog's Kennel. That's the guy that's going to be sponsoring the review next week. Ratnick is here, and we've got Brandon. George Morris with the $5. Hey, Greg, how's it going? Terry Silver, possibly confirmed for Cobra Kai Season 4. Mike Barnes, possibly 2. And what about Dutch? You think be safe? Oh man, George, Terry Silver is pretty much confirmed because he was the cliffhanger in season 3, so we knew he's going to be there. Mike Barnes, that would be interesting, especially if he's not a heel. What if he's a babyface like Chosen was? Could happen. Melissa, yes, I'm definitely feeling better from the second vaccine shot. I got that on Thursday, and it absolutely whipped my ass. I cannot believe it. It destroyed me on Friday. It was cold, hot, and wet at the same time. Just freezing, body aches, chills. I sweated off gallons of sweat through the bed sheets, through the mattress, onto the fucking floor. I was an absolute mess. And but I fought it. It was like my body had a last man standing match with the COVID, and it won. And I woke up the next day completely just brand new, refreshed, like it almost like it never happened. Yesterday I had, a lot of energy, and even though it knocked me on my ass and made me completely unable to move for a full day, it felt really good coming out of it. And now I've feel vaccinated, but it's gnarly, man. So if you haven't gotten that second shot yet, I got the Pfizer one. So they told me, like, you're gonna feel like shit. And I just didn't know it was gonna be like that, because I haven't been like super, super, super sick really ever. I've had some bad colds and I've been under the weather plenty of times, but never had like a super severe flu where I'm barfing and bedridden and, 110-degree temperature. I don't get sick like that. I never really have. So this is kind of a whole new experience for me, and it was not fun. But luckily, it's very concentrated. It's quick, and all you got to do is sleep it off. I slept 13 hours. I slept from like, I think it was 1 a.m. until 2 p.m. the next day, something like that. And I, went through it. I woke up several times and wiped myself off of the sweat and, and put myself back to bed. And it was very uncomfortable, but got through it. So anyway, thank you for the well wishes there. And that's why I didn't schedule the podcast for yesterday. I knew it was going to be tough for me to be able to do that. And I'm glad that I made that decision, because podcasting was not going to be possible. Anywho, we are about ready to rock here for Backlash. Hopefully y'all got everything pulled up. Ben is here. Raymond, Taylor, Wilbert. Right on. Crush, did I shout you out? Not sure. S31. Nice. Good fella. See you as well. There's Angie. What's up? Yeah, all that was super, super fun. So anyway, I'm ready to watch this pay-per-view, y'all. I have not seen this in years. I ordered it on pay-per-view right off of live TV. Me and my bro Daniel. Hopefully he's maybe watching. If he is, show yourself in the chat. We watched this together. It was great. It was a lot of fun, but I don't think I've really I've maybe watched the main event, maybe on YouTube or a clip here or there over the last 20 years, but I can't remember the last time I've gone through this entire card. I didn't read up on the card. I don't remember it. The only other thing I remember about this show, other than the Rock Triple H main event in Austin and all that, was the Kurt Angle Big Show match. Is this the one where he dresses as Hulk Hogan? I remember that. But that's it. I don't know what other matches to expect here. So I purposely didn't look on Wikipedia or anything like that to refresh my memory. I literally don't remember. So I'm watching this almost blind. So it's going to be fun. Glory days, man. And then we're going to be back up here tomorrow talking about such a terrible Monday Night Raw, most likely. So these watch-alongs are going to be something to look forward to here on the channel. Crack open a cold one and we'll have fun every week. Anywho, we're going to pull up Backlash now. We're going to hit play together. We're going to do a countdown from 3. I'll just go 3, 2, 1, play, and that's how we'll do it. I have to set myself up, though, because I got to double mouse this son of a bitch so I can start the timer on the screen along with Peacock. All right, play over here. Let me get my cursor where it needs to be. All right. Okay, cool. I am pretty much ready to rock, so hopefully you guys are as well. Just remember, sync up your Peacock to the timer above, and everything will be just peachy. All right, on the count of 3. Why do I feel like I can't do this time? There we go. Okay, count of 3. Cool, I'm ready. Ready to rock? 3, 2, 1, play. Sorry for the pause there, but it worked for me. It's very difficult. I had to hit the play over here with my pinky on my left hand, and it was just difficult. So I'm just situated oddly. But anyway, we're pulled up. I missed that old Attitude Era intro. I'd forgotten some of the circumstances. I remember there was a McMahon in every corner at Mania. But I think McMahon kind of turned at Mania, right? Wasn't he with The Rock or something? All right, Backlash 2000. They brought Austin back too fast here, man. I always remember thinking that. They were just itching to get him back so bad. He just wasn't ready. But it got a pop. It got a huge deal. Because right after this, he would be completely disappeared again until he was fully recovered from the surgery. He was a bit out of shape, but hell, I mean, if you have neck surgery, what can you expect? Man, I miss the old Backlash sets and the hooks. Remember those big-ass swinging hooks? Those are awesome. It's not going to be quite the same in the Thunderdome on whatever the date Backlash is. I'm not even sure. First one was the year before, which was Austin Rock. That was right after Mania. They did the deal with the Smoking Skull belt, and they had that, like, funeral on Raw and all that shit. Oh, DC is where this was. Man, I miss the signs, man. I miss them. I'm just making sure I can hear myself there. Who's this, Jeff? Or it might be Deborah, based on King's Shrieking. Oh, it is Deborah. Deborah with the Y2J hairstyle. I like it. Oh, they're returning. Okay, she was out. I don't even remember her sequence here. Came in 99 with Jeff, right? He would have been gone by this point. So now she's back. She was dating probably with Austin at this point. Oh yeah, and they brought her back because Austin's there. That's what it is. He probably came with her. Or she probably came with him, so let's use her. That's probably what that is. God, Lawler, just shut the fuck up. K-Dogs Kennel, appreciate the $5, bro. Honestly, just want to say thank you so much for all you do. I'm very excited for next Sunday's watch-along. K-Dogs Kennel is the man that is sponsoring next week's review. He's got a Twitch channel, by the way. Kevin, if you want to shoot that in the chat there, feel free. The link to that, I'll have it in the description next week in the video, too. But yeah, Royal Rumble 93 is going to be fun. Brett and Razor, Yoko winning it, Giant Gonzalez, all sorts of crazy shit going on at that show. Oh yeah, they did the Run DMC version here. This is Road Dogg and X-Pac. I actually liked this version of... I love Run DMC. Oh, Deborah's a terrible ring announcer. She's got no business doing that. Jesus, she's pretty bad. That might be the worst guest ring announcer I've ever heard. Sorry, no offense, Deborah. Yeah, it's really good. I like it. Tori. Whatever happened to her? She was good too. What was Billy on his own at this point? What the hell's going on here? He would have been IC champ probably late 99. I have no idea what he's doing. Maybe he was injured. They would pretty soon they would all reunite, correct? Ooh. You should have said good mic work. That's funny. He just fucking shit on her. That's hysterical. That is hysterical. He just ribbed the hell out of Deborah. See, Melissa, you're right, but she tried. Exactly. She gave it her all. What else could you expect? That's not on her, it's on WWE for choosing to put her in something that she's not going to excel at. You know, they would bring out Sonny to do the same thing, She wasn't bad. They did Sable too. Sable was bad. She didn't have a good ring announcer voice, but Sunny was not bad. She wasn't Sunny Finkel or anything, but she was respectable. I'm almost laughing at Deborah. It's mean. I shouldn't be being this way. We love Deborah. I couldn't even hear what fucking word she said. It's Edge and Christian. Okay, they're the champs taking on. Okay, Road Dogg. You know, this probably be a pretty good match. Now, they would have been heel by this point, right? They had just kind of made that turn, right? Or are they still considered baby faces at this point? I don't remember. I felt like it was right around here they were getting douchey. Billy Gunn was hurt. Shoulder injury. Thank you. Oh, yeah, DX had done that reuniting thing in '99. That's right, not here. But they were still kind of together, I guess. But it was like late '99, I think, when Triple H won from the Big Show or something. Isn't that when they kind of got back together? Look how young Edge looks. He looks like Edge's son. X-Pac with all that hair. I like Tori's barcode. Gotcha. I suppose I remember that. I just didn't know where the hell Billy was. Last I remember, he was dropping the IC belt, I think, to Benoit. Pay-per-view months earlier. I remember Jim Ross giving Billy shit for wearing earrings. Look at that packed house. Crazy. Did we ever get any good one-on-one matches with, like, X-Pac and Christian back in these days? I can't remember off the top of my head. Maybe a light heavyweight title match somewhere or something like that. Oh, there's a lot of politicians there at the wrestling show. Jim Ross, I haven't kept up with Hillary. Yeah, Edge sold that spinning heel really well. Edge's spinning heels were hit or miss. So was Owens. Owens sometimes will look like the best ones you've ever seen, and then sometimes kind of look like shit. Crusher, I'd probably say this one is. This one, I think, is even though I don't remember much about the card, what I do remember is the main event and just the one of my favorite just crowd reactions of a victory in of this time period. It's not, you know, maybe not quite as good as like the Foley win on Raw, but it was up there. Like the whole crowd has lost their shit when The Rock won. So I just remember that toast with Austin and Rock at the end. By the way, you don't have to, but if you feel like hitting the like button, feel free. It's right there. Beckoning you. I think they broke up the Outlaws a bit too early, too. I would have built them the Attitude Era legacy, like made them the team of the Attitude Era, like kept them together another year, maybe even a hair longer. That was a good power slam, Jesus. Yeah, Christian loved those mesh tops, didn't he? Oof. Damn, X-Pac with the flying clothesline. Oh, that's right, I do. Thank you for that, K-Dogs. That's why I remembered that Jim Ross thing, is because I did a review on that show, Armageddon. Or no, was that later on this year? I forgot when the hell that was. That would have been next year, the year before. Or this year. That's the Benoit Billy match, not the year before. Radicals had just come in. That's right, because by the time, so when he came back from injury, did he become the one? Or did he come back as Mr. Ass? The signs are a trip. Jimmy Corderas, you are a veteran ref, and this is classic tag team, double team heel shit. You can't figure this out. God, we're about a year after, just a little less than a year after Owen. Oh, I thought that was Tori as Christian getting the Bronco. I'm like, why is he doing that to Tori? Yeah, the one was terrible. And then they had they had another song made for him that was kind of the same as the first one. This first one was better. I had a coworker once who told me around this time, and he goes, I don't know anything about wrestling. He goes, all I know is my favorite wrestler is Mr. Ass. He just thought that was hysterical. There was a wrestler called Mr. Ass. He goes, he's my favorite. I don't even care if he's good or whatever. He's just my favorite. I root for him. I hope he wins the title. It's kind of like in NASCAR. I know nothing about NASCAR, but my favorite driver was Dick Trickle. Like, how can he not be your favorite? Don't even know what Dick Trickle looks like, but I know he's my favorite. There's Road Dogg with those dancing punches. Road Dogg was the epitome of accentuating your positives, man. Compared to his brothers, he was not the same athlete, but man, he made the best of his shit. So good on the mic, so much rhythm. Got himself stupidly over. Made more money than anybody else in his family. Unbelievable. Gotta respect that. Double high cross. Damn, Edge with a... Never seen him do that before. Exactly, he just hit Road Dogg with a Benoit headbutt. Check out this replay here. He looked weird doing it, but he did it. I'm glad that didn't stay in his repertoire. Probably best he stays away from that move. Oh man, tell me about it, K-Dog Scandal. I was there. I had to watch Billy Gunn win the King of the Ring in person. I would have literally rather have attended any other King of the Ring than the one I did. Even 95. At least I would have seen Shawn, Brett, Taker, Razor. Maybe not Razor. Diesel. Oh no. Pretty good match. That pump handle shit was so ridiculous. Oh, smart by Christian. Into the kill switch. Off the unprettier. Ooh, and a spinning kick. Spear. Lots of stuff happening at once. Tori's up there now. Oh, he's gonna miss. Oh, Tori. Down she goes. Roll up. Oh, kick out. I thought that was a finish. Yeah, fans are into that one. Yeah, fans definitely feel jacked for this. Wow. I think X Factor in the ring there. No one to count. Oh, good bell shot. That's it. That's your finish. Edge, smart, holding Road Dogg. That was a great, excellent final 45 seconds. Edge and Christian are still relatively young at that point. Oh, Edge. Oh, wow. Holy shit. Damn, was that hard way? Oh my god. That might have been hard way. Let me see that again. Damn. He ain't blading. I think he caught him with that nut in the middle. Shit. I don't remember that. Damn, I hope Christian apologized backstage after that. The Rock. Shows I'm not gonna button my shirt. I'm just gonna walk around like this. Because that's what I do. All right, we have paused here quickly, probably an ad break type of thing. Now we got Rikishi or Too Cool's music playing. Yeah, that was a rough spot. I just feel like maybe that would have triggered a memory with me or something. Oh, it's just Scotty. Oh, you dropped your glasses, Scotty. Yeah, Chaz Rabbit. That's why we're going to incorporate more of the glory days on my channel. I really like doing that. Things these days aren't wonderful, so I think these watch-alongs, making these a regular deal, is going to be fun. Because this channel shouldn't encompass only current stuff, because current stuff sucks. So we got to do a little mixture here. We do retro reviews and stuff all the time. We always have. It's just, look at Lillian getting down. Nice. Good for you, Lillian. Good for you. She's cracking up. Saturn? Oh, Malenko. Oh yeah, light heavyweight. Duh. Yeah, Scotty. I watched Scott Taylor wrestle in the light heavyweight tournament they held in like '97. He wasn't Scotty too Hotty yet. I forgot who he faced, and he lost. Might have been Brian Christopher, actually. Might have been. I don't remember now. Could have been Taka. I don't remember. I just remember he lost. You know who else I liked at this time was, I liked S.A. Rios. I thought the pairing with him and Lita was awesome. I wouldn't have changed that so quick. Why is your lid on? Is this the match with the DDT? I think it might be. There's a DDT on Scotty that is so sick. And I think this is the match that it's in. Because I can, when I picture the move, I picture Scotty in orange. And I think this is the match. So K-Dogs, if you're... Okay, so you're saying he wins the top rope DDT, so this is definitely it. I think the finish is... Look at all that blood in the ring. I think the finish is ridiculous. Oh, he's just rolling in that blood. I wouldn't want to... Gross. JR said he tried the worm in the backyard and hurt himself. I wouldn't even want to try the worm because I worried I'd smack my face on the ground. I'm ready for the finish. I remember that. Yeah, Too Cool was super over, and they took a while too because they put them together as a team, but they were too something else. They were too much. They were too much first, and they were using like Brian Christopher's theme music. They weren't dead. Brian Christopher was doing some of his weird shit when he comes down, but they weren't like dancing. And then they started like carrying a boombox with them or something, and then it slowly morphed into them becoming what they did. And that's what was so great about the Attitude Era is they took things and they let it evolve. And they let things happen on TV, see if it works, fan reaction, take that, build off of it, you know, and continue. And next thing you know, you evolve into a completely different looking team than what you started with. And you're 100 times more over. No tag teams evolve anymore. Street Profits have been exactly who they've been the whole time. Teams like that, they don't do shit. The only team in recent memory I can think of that really evolved well would have been the Bar. They did good, but... the idea of slapping two guys together and, you know, in that small percentage of time when it just explodes and works really, really well, you don't even seem like you have that opportunity anymore. Even if you do put two guys together or two girls together, they don't even really ever give enough time to do anything. Best wishes out to Dean Malenko and his health and everything. Yeah, so this is in DC. Okay, so this is April 2000. So, okay, this would have been an election year. Yeah, 2000 was the crazy 2000 election with the whole Florida fiasco. So that would be coming up here in the next, like, 8 months. Come on, Scotty. Missed Enziguri. Ooh. Malenko was a guy I did enjoy better in WCW. They tried with him things with him. They did he was kind of like the ladies' man thing, and he did the deal with Lita for a bit, and he was light heavyweight champion. I don't know, I just appreciated his work more in WCW for some reason. His matches were always just solid, pay-per-view quality, always cruiserweight quality. He got one of the biggest pops in WCW history when he dressed as Cyclo Play and attacked Jericho, and, you know, most of the other Radicals I think were better off making the jump, but he kind of seemed like he stayed the same. And I always just really enjoyed his matches in WCW. And I can think of several that were my favorites, where I can't really pinpoint any too much in WWE. Which is a very rare situation at that time that I don't want to say he was better off in WCW, but I think I enjoyed him more there. Oh, he connected that time with the Enziguri. No kidding. 100 matches you used to see before you die. This one right here, I mean, it's been pretty good. But the finish is what my favorite one is. Yeah, I never really remembered this match. I just kind of remember once I started seeing these guys work, I'm like, oh, I do remember the finish here. But I just remember Dean's WCW pay-per-view and Nitro matches. They just stick a little bit more in my memory than this. I wonder if Scotty had any knee braces going on at this time with wearing those baggy-ass pants he had on. What do you call those, jeans? Yeah, that's probably what I'd say. I don't know what kind of britches those are, JR. Cargo britches. Just once, I want to hear an announcer say, you know what? This guy wastes a lot of motion. I dare them to say it just once. Well, WWE, oh, I thought you just said, well, WWE, will we make a journey to the land of the extreme in the future? I think so. You know what pay-per-view I think we should watch is like the first one-night stand. We could do some other ones that are available here on Peacock, you know, some, you know, heat waves and shit like that, you know, actual ECW pay-per-view, but that 05 one would be pretty awesome. Maybe even 06 with the Rob Van Dam and Cena match, but that one was so WWE heavy. The first one felt like an actual authentic ECW show. So that would be a good one to watch. But I'd like to do WCW ones. We don't have to limit it to WWE at all. I'd love to do a WCW show. So we should consider that. I'm down to do a WCW one next time around, maybe in 2 weeks. Ew. This is it. No, it's not. Okay, I was like, ooh, I thought that was it. They're giving these guys time, which is cool. I was kind of thinking this would be a 4-minute match. I'm really glad that... Yeah, Dean's slapping himself. You've never seen a WCW show? Holy shit. Hey, Bash at the Beach 96 would be incredible. I've got that VHS, actually. Man. Always good to see George out there taking photos. Always front and center. Ooh. Oh, that's a warm setup, isn't it? Yeah. Crowd popped forward so hard for this guy. The silliest shit was over back then, wasn't it? Ugh, JR or Lawler. Scotty scores with his worm. Oh, Jack caught the feet. That should be an automatic DQ if you try to do that. Hey, Chris, what's going on? Kick out again. He does. He's really... Malenko's a world-class wrestler, man. Wow. Power slam. Another kick out. This is 100 times better than I thought it was going to be. I don't even really remember this match, but I'm going to remember it now. Oh, I think Dean meant to hang on there, but that still look good. Like a guillotine. What's up, JL? I think everybody in here is all right, hopefully. Hell, we're watching a WWE pay-per-view from 2000. We're doing all right up in here. All right, this has got to be the finish. This is definitely the finish. Jesus Christ. That was so crazy. Ugh. What a finish. That's probably Malenko's best WWE match, I think. Jeez. Scotty landed that perfectly, just right. Not too not too dangerous, I guess, but where am I? Uh-oh, the McMahons, the Stooges, Stephanie, and Triple H. The Stooges. Mr. McMahon. All hands on deck, huh? So Shane's got a referee shirt. Is he the ref for this shit? What's going on? And what went on the year before? The year before was Shane the ref in that too? I just don't remember. Bull Buchanan. It's the Shield 1.0. Oh, yeah, so Austin kind of doesn't show until, like, kind of the end, right? He just makes everybody sweat it out, makes The Rock think he ditched him. Asshole. Oh, APA, nice. So this is a random tag, huh? Are they feuding? Look how big Bradshaw is. Yeah, this feels like these guys are gonna beat the dog shit out of each other. Yeah, Ray Traylor and Ron Simmons. That's something we hadn't really gotten, right? No run-ins in WCW, right? This is probably the only time they would have been together. Because when Bubba was in NWA, I don't think Simmons was quite there yet. If my timeline's right. By the time Simmons won WCW title, he was in WWE. Traylor was. B squared. Bull Buchanan. Yeah, I remember Austin coming out and doing all that, but it was just probably better for effect than him out there standing there, you know, the whole time. Because the crowd would have been so... it's probably a smart idea in retrospect, because the crowd would have been so fixated on him. I went to shows this time, and I've never seen... He was a beetle. It was almost scary. The fans would trample each other in order to kind of get close to him. I was a victim of that, actually, at a house show in a pretty scary situation. In the main event, when I was front row, and, you know, the entire arena came down and just, you know, just bombarded the barricade and swallowed me up, and it was a mess. And so if Austin would have been out there, the fans would have just been so out of their minds for him, staring at him, not even watching the fucking match in the ring. So they were smart enough to know that too. And plus, from a physical standpoint, Austin really wasn't quite ready to be doing much yet. Dude had neck surgery, you know? Oh, boss man. I don't know what the backstage word on Bull Buchanan's toughness or anything, but I know the other three are tough motherfuckers. I remember Cornette telling a story about Bubba getting his hands shut in a car door, but there was like fans around, so he didn't sell it. And he had to like, he just no-sold it and then went around when he got in the building, screamed out in pain. Just refused to show weakness. It's old school, man. Man. I'm surprised WWE, just for fun, didn't bring him out as the old boss man with the old theme music just once. He looked the same. He's the same size. It would have been fun, just for fun. That gimmick battle royal they had a year later, why couldn't he do it there? Yeah, Sheamus, I actually had that thought today, because I was talking to somebody about Unforgiven in '98, which was this month, and I was there at the first one for the Inferno match, and I'm like, yeah, I should do watch-alongs of that. But I've done reviews on a lot of those already, but watch-alongs would be fun. But the cool thing is we have an endless supply. Like, I could do YouTube for 100 years on the shows that we could potentially do. Didn't even recognize Teddy. Years later, Teddy would be telling JBL he would be facing The Undertaker. And plus his history with Simmons from WCW as well. Interesting stuff. Well, not a terrible audience in here for today, considering we got a couple of things going head-to-head with us. Shout out to our friend Salamonster, who celebrated his 700th episode today. We sent him a nice congratulatory text, or tweet, excuse me, earlier on. I skimmed him on that kick, though. Dude, yeah, 2 years ago, I would do the same thing if I went through Cobb County. I'd be singing the song in my head. There's an episode, one of my favorite like TV shows in recent years, even though I don't really watch TV anymore, was 30 Rock. And there's an episode where they go to Stone Mountain, Georgia. And I just couldn't stop thinking about Jake the Snake. And it's like this small ass, like, country bumpkin town, UFO town or something. It's crazy. It's a funny episode. God, you can hear those ropes just straining when Bradshaw hits him. Ooh, Farouk into the steps. Oh, thanks for that, K-Dog's Kennel. It's a big thrill, I'm sure, for him to be 1B. I've been in that position. It's so fun when the wrestlers get thrown up against the barricade and you're standing right there. Oh, there's a clothesline from the depths of hell. That doesn't feel like the finish to me. Nope, here's Boss Man. I have no idea who wins this. Yeah, you really have, Boss Man. Oh, nightstick. Yeah, I liked Bradshaw back then, Angie. I loved the APA. I thought they were a great team. They cracked me up. Oh. That was a Booker T scissor kick type of deal there. And the win. Boss Man and Buchanan for the win. Yeah, off the top rope. Boy, he just did it. They just put a mess of shit gimmicks in front of him. He was a Truth Commission guy, right? Then he did that. Then he was right to censor. And then he was B squared. Correct? That's like 4 gimmicks, all sucked.
I mean, we'll work together as long as we can. But if it comes down to me and you versus Crash for the hardcore title, well, I'm not holding anything back. I guess not.
Man, look at the Young Bucks here, huh?
Don't expect me to hold back either. It's not like it's the first time I fought. I guess we have an understanding.
Ugh. He's polishing up that shitty belt. Oh my god, so what is this? This has got to be some mega match or multi-man hardcore match. Holly just bitch slapped poor Crash. Rest in peace, Crash. He was so underrated. He was so stupidly funny. I loved Crash Holly. Who's the creepy dude right between Cole or Lawler and JR? So what the hell kind of match is this? Tell me, Lillian. 6 man? Oh yeah, it's just a 6-person... Is it an elimination? Oh no, 1 fall, she said. See, Crash wears that belt. Looks good on him. Oh. Jesus, that SmackDown match looked crazy. Oh, the Hardy Boys fought on that? 24/7 rule in effect. I love Crash was the best at escaping with the belt. He always got away. Taz. I want to go to the Red Hook section, just see what it's like. Sightsee. What's up, Deshaun? Good to see you, man. Appreciate the 5 from you. Welcome. Every time Hardcore Holly beat up Crash, I would bust into laughter. He just abused his poor little cousin. I mean, that slap was just hysterical. He just walloped him right upside the head. Props to Vic Joseph on NXT, who says upside the head a lot. I've heard him say it like 3 or 4 times. He got hit right upside the head. I respect that. Here come the Hardys. Man, I would see the Hardys all the time around back in these days, especially at the shows and after the shows, and they had this posse of friends that would follow them around. It was like the Hardy posse. Pretty hilarious. Especially in the Carolinas. And allegedly. I mean, Hardcore Holly's a fitness freak. I don't know why he'd want to be weighing 400 pounds. And why that? Who lies about that? Yeah, the reason that the 24/7 compared to this is just a perfect example of WWE's like overproduction just ruining everything. I mean, they turn everything into these silly little skits. Like, they just had... It was just a little bit, like, I guess less overthought and less produced, you know? When you just go somewhere, film some shit, and get it done, and, you know, instead of, you know, having everything so fucking perfect, and it just looks so dumb and staged. It was great watching Crash Holly run through baggage claim in the airport and escape with the title, you know? They try to pull something like that off now, it would look stupid. Just looked better back then. Plus, it hadn't been done before, so... New is always better. So this is just tornado shit? Everybody does whatever they want? This would be an absolute nightmare to work. I'd hate to be in a match like this. Oh. So Taz, man, by this point, so Taz had just come in. And I said for a long time, I think Taz was probably the biggest casualty of those radicals coming in. Because he had come in with so much, you know, so much buzz off ECW and debuting at the Rumble in the Garden, choking out Kurt. And then, like, right after that, Benoit and Eddie show up. You know, otherwise, without those guys, they might have put IC belt on Taz, you know, before they worried about Benoit and guys like that. So I think once they came there, Taz became kind of small potatoes. They are climbing the fucking hooks. That's hysterical. Go Crash. Yeah, it's totally not dangerous at all. Oh, God, he's going to lock his foot in there and hang upside down. Don't do that. Oh! Damn, he kicked him right in the fucking face. Jesus. Crash is in no man's land of it. Get your ass down. Probably blew out a knee on his way down, too. Jesus. Oh, God. Jeff's up there. God. Oh, no. Was that Matt? It was Matt Hardy that dove off that. 21 years ago. Why not? Oh, they broke it. God, let's hope we can... Oh, and he's swinging it. We're not going to get it impaling, are we? Oh. Interesting spot. Using the hook there to Rana. Saturn. Saturn could have rolled through it better. Jesus. They just YOLO'd everything. I mean, my God. I hate those trash can lids. Those aluminum foil trash can lids. Yeah, damn. Holly does have one. Damn, he smacked Crash. We got chairs. Ooh. Another thing that made the 24/7 rule better here is because it was just a rule. It was just something added to the hardcore title to give it another dimension, make it more interesting, extend its shelf life, you know? Now they make the whole damn belt the 24/7 deal, and you can only use, you know, so many ideas. Here they would just pull it out of their ass every now and then with Crash or doing some fun shit. Where with WWE, they feel like it's never in the ring. It's on, I mean, in WWE, it's on commercials and shit now, you know? Crash is just... Hard clothesline by Taz. Smart by Matt. So let's see. We got 2 members of the TNA roster in here right now. Crash is no longer with us. Saturn is just MIA. Holly's retired, and Jeff is in WWE. Yeah, Taz went back there to do the deal with Awesome. That was just briefly. He was just there for a few nights. Won the title, dropped it to Dreamer, I think. Who I think then dropped it to Raven, like a returning Raven. I think that's how that went. There's a Rock's mom in the front row. Let's see if we can spot someone else. Stop sign. There's always a stop sign. You know that's a felony. Or at least a misdemeanor. I had a road sign as a teenager, I ain't gonna lie. What mischievous teenager didn't? Actually, me and my friends had a couple of them. I remember an adult saw us with him and like, you know you can get in trouble for that, right? We're like, shut up, narc. Kids. Dumbass kids. Oh, extension cord. Jesus, poor Crash is just getting his ass whooped in there. What's going on, Michael? Good to see you. You stole a stop sign, Michael? Well, one thing I will say about mine is that I didn't detach them from the thing. We didn't do that. We actually found 3 of them and took them. So we didn't, like, unhook them from the thing or anything like that. But when we found them, we all kept them. I didn't get the stop sign. My friend did. We did, like, rock, paper, scissors. And I had to settle for a city limits. And then I gave it to, when I moved, I remember I had it for like 5 years, and then a college friend of mine saw it and asked to buy it from me because he wanted to make a coffee table out of it. And I said, sure. He gave me like $50 for it. The tales of good mic work. Your friends try to steal a 6-foot Ronald McDonald. I never took it to that degree. That's hysterical. That sucks. They got caught. Should have tried to steal the Hamburglar. That way they would have been like, he would have been like, what? He stole my burgers. I was just trying to get him back. Oh, Hardy Boys has got some baking sheets because that's what you'd normally have under a ring in case you want to make some, you know, brownies or something. Emerald Lagasse. Emerald Lagasse reference. Love it. Good, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Sounds like all y'all are deviants just like me. Ooh, Matt took a... that was Jeff's version of the RVD split legger. God, they are just all getting their shit in here, aren't they? Still an extension cord in there. It's basically two tag teams versus Taz and Saturn. That's funny, Ratnick. That's where mine were found. Ours were found in like an old abandoned cinder block like shack deep in the woods in rural North Carolina. We just stumbled across them. Rode on our bikes home with them. Hysterical. To be a kid again. And they need to get to the finish of this match. Damn. I have no clue who wins. I'm hoping Crash does. Oh, Dick Murdoch had died by that point. I didn't know that. Ooh. Driver onto the chair. Damn. Or that was more of a... What is it? Falcon Arrow? What the hell does Seth call that? Oh, the ladder's out. Oh yeah, Hardy's and ladder usually equals fun times. Oof. Damn, props for Bob for eating that ladder though. A hardcore match between me and Cole. I wouldn't even give him a chance to win. I just nut shot him and end it. Is he a young Shawn Michaels? Are they trying to push that at this time? Oh yeah, hold the ladder. That's good. Big swanton off the ladder. Wow. Matt tried to steal the pin. Ooh. He swatted. Oh, now the Hardys are going at it. Taz took them both out. He's got the Taz mission on Crash. Ooh. Stop sign. His Taz is sprawled out. Looks like a bearskin rug. Those people have one too many Z's in their Taz. Oh! Stereo dives there. That just leaves two in the ring. Come on, Crash. Come on. Roll over. Yes. Damn, that music started exactly at the same time as the 3 count. Nice. Well, that's all I wanted. I just wanted Crash to retain, and he did. Look at the coach with the hair. We can't hear you, Coach.
Now, you'll forgive me if I'm too blunt here, but it appears that you have a conflict of interest. I mean, your brother-in-law, Triple H, is in the contest, and your father, Vince McMahon, is in his corner. First of all, I appreciate the opportunity that my father has given me, and he has that much trust in me, that much confidence. of my refereeing ability, and that's exactly what I plan on doing. I do plan on being impartial because you have two.
Cool. Timer's still looking good with us.
This is for the World Wrestling Federation Championship, and I truly feel that I am the man for the job to call this thing right down the middle.
Yeah, I caught that too. Yeah, she was into it. She always was. She was at a lot of those shows. She was always welcome there, man. She was front row a lot. Even to shows I went to, I would always check that side, the same side as the hard cam. That's where all the families and shit like that would always sit. You could always catch people over there. I would always see like Arnold Skollin's wife sitting over there. You know, Rock's family would be frequent. Any other like kind of random celebrities they brought in a lot of times would be hanging out over there too. That'd be a fun section to sit in. Oh yeah, they did this sort of thing with the show. So this will, did they start doing this because he was kind of funny on SNL when The Rock was on it, and I think they might have maybe wanted to capitalize on that. And I didn't care about too much of it that they did, but I do remember getting a kick out of the Hogan stuff because WCW was still around at this point, so that was interesting to see. Was he the Big Showboski or something? Is that what he was? That's gross. It's true. It's true. Kurt started hot, but he had a rough couple of months here. He lost both of his belts at WrestleMania, I think, and I don't think he was successful here. This Kurt was so great. I don't know how he pulled off being this lovably oblivious in his character. It's just amazing. Ooh, I want to shout out a sign there. He's honest to a fault. You see the sign in the background with the 3 eyes? They can turn those and they can be Triple H's later. How cool is that? Marion Barry? Marion Barry. Oh, Kurt. Well, just because you're in DC doesn't necessarily mean the president is the home team. You can shit on him. I don't think the fans are going to care too much. Lillian cracking up. So hilarious. This got such a pop. You gotta understand, at the time, this was pretty fucking funny. I don't know what Hogan was doing in WCW around this point. Maybe the New Blood stuff or something. I'm not sure if he was red and yellow or not. I don't think he was. Might have been. Might have been out. I don't know. We had heard the song before. They brought it out with the Stooges, I think like the previous year. Showster. And Hogan and Show were friends. I mean, they had... Hogan was Show's first match. I don't remember the true story. Part of me thinks that I remember hearing something about Big Show calling Hogan about this. What got it over is when he spoke. I'm pretty sure he promos. Yeah, he does. And he sounds pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Let me tell you something, brother. I've been to the top of the mountain. I walked in the valley of the shadow of death.
2 years later, this match would happen for real.
Pythons in the world, brother. So what you gonna do when the showster goes wild on you?
The showster. I love how Kurt Angle loses to the fake Hogan but beats the real one. What kind of shit is that? Oh, he's already hulking up. The old no-sell. I mean, what you have to be a very special individual to be able to claim to be Andre the Giant's son and also be able to impersonate Hogan. Whoa. Not a great leg drop. Poor Kurt. Oh, I was about to say, is that just a squash? I mean, did they squash Kurt? Oh, good. Maybe he wins. Joe Shipley, what's going on, man? Well, at the time with Big Show, they struggled to kind of know what to do with him to begin with. First of all, his name was stupid. Never liked his name. And upon him coming in a year prior to this, I mean, it's one of his first matches he had in the company was like on Raw. I think it was his first match on Raw against Austin, and he lost. I'm not saying come in and put him over the way WCW did or anything, but I would have tried to make him a little bit bigger of a deal than that. Plus, he came in at WrestleMania time, so they wanted to have big time matches on Raw leading up to that. And I think it was the Go Home that he wrestled Austin on that probably did a pretty big number. But he also still had, you know, professionalism issues that he needed to work on and get better. But I definitely think a lot of mistakes were made on WWE. They just didn't. I always thought the Giant gimmick was a little bit lazy in WCW, you know, and WWE could probably do something better with him, but honestly, I preferred him as the Giant. No, he didn't connect hard on that clothesline to Kurt. Jesus. Big Show looks ridiculous without that wig. Just wearing yellow like that. And that's it for Kurt. Poor Angle. Oh, and then they play his Big Show music at the end. That's hilarious. Oh, yeah, he had some different music at this time, too, right? Hey, I kind of like it. It sounds better than the other one. We're going to break again. Now we got another random non-title tag up next. Dudleys and TNA. Yeah, I got to check my dates here. Oh, yeah, that was the show I was at. The one with Trish on the table. Just a couple weeks prior to that, I was at that show. It was in Raleigh. I knew I was at some shows in April. And so it was whatever the date of that show was. Because I remember the next day after that show with Trish on the table, I had to get on a flight and fly to Michigan because my grandfather passed away and I was going to the funeral. He had died a couple days before, and I remember going to the show and flying out the next day. Trish is hilarious. How she makes out with Bubba. Orgasmic trances. Does he put her through it anyway? Maybe this is the match where he puts her through the table. Will Trish get wood? I have a feeling she probably does. That's probably what this was building to. Damn, Trish. Those little white strings are clinging for dear life there. She wasn't quite in the ring yet, right? Michael Cole. Your little WWE shirt and your frosted tips. Look at Trish. Or look at Bubba. Poor Devon. He's got a lot to contend with here. Hunter, I'm hoping that Samoa turns up in AEW. I'd love to see him have a run there. I have a video. Last video I did was on the releases this past week. All my thoughts on that are over there. But I'm hoping he turns up there. Billy Corgan, look at there. The Outsiders, NWA is invading. You're so hip. Yeah, I remember hearing, like, I guess Smashing Pumpkins isn't that necessarily your Smashing Pumpkins, but smashing is like a word for great or whatever. It's like they're the Great Pumpkins. They're starting to find their niche too, because they had come in, I guess, the previous year. I was there for their first pay-per-view match at Unforgiven '99. I was in Charlotte for that. I think they worked APA. Yeah, they came in right around the same time as Jericho. Wow, this is kind of crazy. We had a the owner of NWA in the front row. Now we got TNA coming down to the ring. Is this match going to make an impact? Or do you think this match will be one of the best and be considered one of the elite tag matches of all time? Yeah, the owner of the NWA watching a TNA match on a WWF pay-per-view on the WWE Network. Go figure. Bubba is just chasing her. I kind of like it's sort of a modern day Liz Animal Steel. Except Liz wasn't trying to seduce him or trying to manipulate him. Test's, excuse me, his death was pretty heartbreaking.
It's a real weird family. No. Get out. I'm serious. Albert trying to hold on to that rope and does. The anchor is 350 pounds.
Ooh, I am out of frosty cold one. I'll be right back. Y'all want one? 2 seconds.
Albert 6'7", 350. And there's the tag in Bubba Ray Dudley.
Luckily, the mini fridge is only feet away from me. No, we're looking good over here. Looking good. Okay. So they've been waiting for Austin all day. They're all proud men. You could call it a ring of honor. There you go. Jesus, Bubba. Why would you say that to Trish? I'm a little bit offended. There's no Trish bashing on this channel, Bubba.
These Dudleys are one of the most awesome teams to ever compete here in the WWF. And they have not gotten a rematch since losing the tag team titles. At WrestleMania, they won, just 2 teams.
How far along are we anyway? We are an hour and 17 minutes in. All right, about an hour and a half left.
Earlier today with Devon, and he's really concerned about this situation. I told him, like you said, they got a chance to be the most awesome team ever here in the WWF. And he's worried about what page Bubba Ray's on. Or what book he's reading. Or what pictures he's looking at. We're talking about books here.
No, we know what pictures he's looking at, JR. We know that.
Double team suplex on Albert. Oh boy, what's coming up here?
Oh, they weren't doing the what's up yet, were they? That move would be hugely over here. I'm going to pull myself up on this other screen. I just want to check my lighting. All right, doesn't look bad. I got the window open here, so. Ow. JL, I have shit like that happen to me all the time. Sometimes I'll find a DVD, and not only did I not remember I had it, it's sealed. I don't think I have, actually, WrestleMania 2000. I didn't know they had a DVD made on that. That might have been right at the beginning of DVDs, I guess, right? I have the WrestleMania 2000 VHS, do I? Thought I did. I only have, I have them over here, by the way. I was looking through my stuff, that reminds me, I was looking for Backlash stuff. I only have 2. No VHS tapes. I have all the early Backlashes recorded off pay-per-view, but in terms of physical media, I have 04 with Benoit, and then I have 08 with Undertaker. So those are the only 2 DVDs I have of Backlash. A big power. Test was so strong. Met Test once at a Waffle House. That was back in the days when, or I guess it's always been that way, but back in the days when the boys would wear each other's shirts. And I think he was wearing like a Val Venus shirt. Yeah, I have all the Backlashes on recorded DVDs, but not purchased DVDs. Yeah, and these Backlashes, I don't even remember how I acquired them, but luckily, or likely, I should say, I probably picked them up in lots. I don't think I would independently search for 04, maybe, or for an 08, maybe an 04, but definitely not an 08. I don't even remember what the fuck was on 08. MVP Matt Hardy, Kane Chavo, Big Show, Great Khali, Sean Batista, Jericho's a special ref, no shit. Taker Edge, Orton, Cena, Triple H, Abe, JBL, Fatal 4. Interesting. Ooh. Nice, you met them all? Yeah, they traveled together a lot. They're all Canadians. I saw them together a couple times myself. Yeah, that same time, I mentioned I saw Test at the Waffle House, Edge was there. Yeah, Killer Cam, thanks for that $2. I'm going to talk about the A&E biography episodes. I'm not going to be checking out the Austin one, though, until tomorrow night after the Raw review. So I won't even have any review of it tomorrow set. I won't be watching it till after, but we'll be talking about them for sure. They're going to be good. I'm excited to see it. It's on right now. We're going head-to-head with it. But with these things combined with all the Dark Side of the Rings coming out, you know, we got some good stuff to look at. I'm probably going to have to do at least some sort of an independent review on some of these at some point. It's possible I could throw together a small review of the Austin doc on Wednesday. We'll see. Jesus, Lawler. It's like Lawler is like, what's my job description? Just be an idiot. Can do. No problem. Ooh. I've never seen the slingshot on the second rope. That was good. I love Trish's when she's rocking the Shawn Michaels cowboy hats. Good stuff. Surprised Shawn didn't wear any white furry ones. Would have gone perfect with his getup. Kick out. Ooh. Superplex on the Albert. Hot tag to Bubba flying in. Damn, Albert took a spill. That's a reverse 3D. Is that the finish? No. I mean, I'm certain they get Trish at the end of this, right? They have to. Then what the hell was all that shit for if they don't pop her at the end? He's got that elbow. Is he gonna go for that sweet elbow of his? Ooh, he missed. Yeah, it does look like Bubba took a blast to the face somewhere. Oh, they might hit him here with it. Nope. Oh, Trish. You Jezebel. Shaking her. Oh, they're going to beat them, aren't they? Oh. Normally, I don't agree with Kevin Dunn's camera work, but that was okay. Oh, there we go. Now they're going to get her. Oh, they got her. You in trouble now, girl. You in danger, girl. Ooh, that was a rough 3D. They barely got Albert up. Save yourself. Get the table. The fans, look how hot they were for this. Bubba's getting wood. Nothing says family entertainment like a physical assault on a woman. Now she's trying to kiss him. He ain't gonna fall for it this time. He's like, thanks for the free kiss. You're still getting this wood. Oh, he did. Oh, God, she's got blood all over her face. That probably was not the most pleasant thing. Good on Trish for being business there. I would have been like, ew. Oh, she's going down now. Damn, he put her through it, too. Bubba always took care of everybody. But Trish took that table. She didn't land on his legs like Mae Young did. He barely protected her at all. Oh, poor Trish. That was her initiation. Give him a cigarette, right? She's hanging on. She's tucking her chin. She's doing the right thing. Ooh. She did take that hard, though. God, good job, Trish. Probably didn't feel great. They're going to stretch her out. That's funny, JL. Man, they're stretching her up. Yeah, this was still Dudley's first theme, too. Oh, no kidding, Angie. Really? Trish was on Busted Open the other week and was talking about this match. She told Bubba, put her through the table like he would to a man so she could get over with the crowd. Well, he did. Because I think he did it to Lita once, and I know he did it to Mae Young, and Bubba's, you know, Bubba's Bubba. He's going to take care of you, you know? And he always protected him, but Trish took that full blown. Like, his legs were spread. Like, she went back first into it. Normally, he, you know, when he's done it before, his ass goes through the table first, and they kind of follow. But Trish was the first human to hit the table on that one. So props to her. That's why Trish is awesome. Okay, Deshaun. Thanks for the $5. Backlash 09. as a watch along. I remember very little about that. It was in Rhode Island. Was it Providence? It was a solid card, and it was one of the better Backlash pay-per-view as far as storylines. Okay. WrestleMania 25. Okay, so maybe Sean Batista? Or no, I got that wrong. That was before. I don't know what the hell 09 is then. Poor Trish. Slaughter's out there. Make sure strap her in over here. Can you get Jerry Lawler? How much longer must I tolerate you? Muhammad, they were in the earlier match. They were in this hardcore title thing they did earlier. It's like 6-man nonsense match. They were there, though. I'd be so claustrophobic with that shit on my neck and my head taped to that thing. I would not be able to sit still. Especially if I'm kayfabing it. If I'm hurt, then I will, but if I'm kayfabing this, I'm losing my mind. That thing on my neck like that, I don't think I could do it. Let's get her some attention. I think she's got plenty of attention. There's 26 y'all motherfuckers around her. Shut up, Test. What do you think they're doing? Okay, Legacy versus Triple H and the McMahons. Okay, Cena versus Edge, last man standing match for the world title. Choke slow. I remember that. I remember. Oh. Chyna and Eddie are at the prom? You're late for your match. Is this the first appearance of the Lowrider? I love it. What champion was he? European? Oh, yeah. Wow. This would become such a staple of him in years to come, but I don't recall seeing this before right now. Well, I guess that's... Does that classify as a lowrider? I guess not. Unless it starts jumping up and down. That's one legendary car right there. His license plate said fresh and he had dice in the mirror. I love those seat covers. They're fucking fly. They're dope. They're fresh. Yeah, you gotta open the door for Chyna. Eddie looks good in a tux. This is Mamacita. So I guess they'd be together for a while, because I was at SummerSlam a few months after this, and they were in that IC title match together. Trish was in that. Got a change of clothes right there in the trunk. That works out perfect. And Chyna can help you undress, so even more convenient. So everybody wins. Eddie, please just wrestle in the bow tie. I'll just put my elbow shit on. That's right, he had that elbow injury. So he was back pretty quick after that then. He got injured right away, so this is just a few months later. Oh my god. I remember at the time I didn't know if I should be grossed out by this or entertained, and I was 100% entertained. Yeah, Chyna looked great here. He just passed his GED. I love that. At the prom. I'd go whatever prom they went to. I'd go. My prom was lame. No, there's S.A. Rios. Yeah, Lita in a match with the Hardys, but she wasn't with the Hardys yet. Better listen to Chyna, Lita. Oh, there's Lita. Oh, Lita took the table bump hard too. Jesus. That top rope dive onto Chyna looked great. Stomping Eddie. I miss that old Raw set. His tuxedo. Even Lillian's cracking up. Look at her. Where's his title? I mean, I know if I'm going to a prom and I'm European champion, I'm taking my title with me. This is awesome. It's S.A. Rios. Very young Lita. Yeah, I saw Lita around early, young Lita, like Miss Congeniality Lita, back in those days. I remember she was a Godfather hoe on TV one week. Before her, you know, upper half enhancement. Yes, I was hoping he would wrestle in that bow tie, Jim Ross. Don't give him shit about it. I prefer it to stay on. All things considered. I could not work. And look at that. He's wearing like legit, like dress shoes. This kind of annoys me that this can take away from what would normally be a good match. But he is keeping the bow tie on, so at least that's... Ooh. I don't know when they let S.A. Rios go. I don't know when he was... When they stopped using him. He was Aguila or something with the mask on prior to that. I know he worked Mania 14 a couple years before. Oh, JR just said she'd Third Rock Lita. She was on Third Rock. I want to say 30 Rock. Third Rock from the Sun, the TV show. I never watched that, but I remember she did a guest spot on it. They made a big deal about it. Ooh, splat. We all miss Eddie, Chris. I miss those old ring aprons with the WWF.com on them. I got to see those up close and personal so many times. Where are my cats? Huh, I only see one. Oh, good. They're already starting that medical facility shit all the way back in 2000. I was say, so Corgan's sitting over there on the same side with Rock's mom, and trying to see who else is down there. Austin is still not there. He's late. I'm glad Eddie listened to me and kept that bow tie on. SA was released in 2001. Bummer. He was another guy that kind of suffered from that WWE winning the war because they were able to... A lot of WCW's guys came in. Plus they had Kurt Angle, all the Radicals, Jericho. Before all those came in, SA Rios was a guy that could have a little more time. But WWE was late to the party on the cruiserweight stuff, the Lucha Libre stuff, so they kind of had to take what was left, and it wasn't much. It was like Taka Michinoku and him and a couple other light heavyweights here or there they could bring in, but nobody super duper spectacular. Even when they did the working agreement with AAA, you know, they didn't have the talent that the WCW had. Not even close. Great Sasuke came in for one night to work a match once. You know, they just didn't have it together in this division until God, that monkey flip sell by Eddie. Jesus, he'll always do that. I didn't realize my sound was that low. I'll turn it down a bit. I didn't think my mic picked it up that much, but thanks for mentioning that. Oh, Lita eats the table. What the fuck? Did you mean to do that, S.A. Rios? That was an unbelievably high floating springboard moonsault off that second rope, and he landed right on the announce table. Oops. Damn. Any over top ring post move blows my mind. Now there's Chyna going after... Oh, crotches, poor S.A. Yeah, you would think Eddie's going to retain here. I mean, I know that S.A. never won the European title, so I guess we know the finish here. Jesus, that's how talented Eddie is. Superplex with in prom pants. And God knows what those shoes he's wearing are, but it doesn't look... It's not like what I'd want to wrestle in. Hmm. Do we get an do we get an IC title match on this card? Probably, right? I think Benoit was champ. Big arm drag. Wow. God, he had such a great moonsault, didn't he? My God. His moonsault doesn't get enough credit. Yeah, Eddie got injured right away. That's why he's wearing that elbow brace. He's already recovered from that. But yeah, he popped his elbow out. Oh, is that like a UFO? And he won with that. Okay. Maybe he wasn't frog splashing quite yet. Maybe he was. With that injured elbow. Because that's how he heard it. He heard it on a frog splash. Oh, Chyna. Looked like they legit butted heads there. Oh, no. Oh, Lita's gonna strip her down, of course. Braun panties. Oh my God, JR. Or Lawler. Somebody hosed down Lawler. Lita runs off with it. Oh, wow. Look how happy Eddie is now. He goes, you take the title. Eddie's hilarious. And he kept the bow tie on the whole time. That's what matters. No, Chris, that's not what happened at all. Right, yeah, this is how Chyna got the spread. Jesus, Lawler. What do we got next? All right, Triple H. That version of the title is starting to grow on me now. I don't know why. I'm starting to like it a little bit more. Never liked it, but now I'm like 50% likely to maybe pick up the replica. I don't know.
I call myself the game. Everybody calls me the game. It's not just some slogan, some cheap catchphrase. I am the game because I am the World Wrestling.
Is nobody going to eat those vegetables? They've been sitting there all night. Like, can I have some broccoli? Got any ranch? No ranch? Got asparagus? Celery?
And more importantly, I will prove once and for all to The Rock that I am that game.
Well, Mr. McMahon, your daughter Stephanie alluded to a surprise that you have tonight. What is that surprise?
So McMahon has got a surprise for everybody, according to Stephanie.
Surprised that Stone Cold Steve Austin is not here tonight. I mean, good old JR has questioned where Stone Cold is. Normally, he's the very first person here. Where is Stone Cold Steve Austin? My sources tell me that Stone Cold may have encountered some transportation difficulties, and there's a possibility.
Oh, is that what the story is? Like, they sabotaged him, but he still makes it there on time? We know he makes it.
Chris Benoit, tonight you defend the Intercontinental Championship against a man who has no problem telling me, telling you, telling the whole world that he should be the Intercontinental Champion, Chris Jericho.
Oh, it's Jericho. Duh, Jesus. It's back. It's Jericho and Benoit for the title. Hell yeah. I would see them wrestle at... I watched them wrestle live, I think, 3 times against each other. One of them was at SummerSlam. A couple months later.
Robot is I have emotions, and I'm going to thoroughly enjoy expressing my emotions all over Chris Jericho and all the Jericho
Center tonight.
Yeah, I watched him wrestle actually about a month after this for the title on a SmackDown taping, and Jericho beat him. I think it was in Richmond. I was there for that. So I saw that live too.
Exactly what I'm going to do to Chris Jericho. And believe me, I'm going to take a lot of pleasure in doing it.
Jesus, Benoit promos are creepy, aren't they? And here comes Y2J. Yes, I don't think Benoit, or I don't think Jericho's successful here, but he would be successful on SmackDown a bit later at that show that I was at. And I'm pretty sure that was a taping because I remember going to that right after a Raw. Where is the volume on Peacock? Am I blind? Oh, it's oh, that's weird. Well, I'm watching this on a computer browser, my Peacock, but they got the volume up top, and that I don't like that. Not used to that. Help me out, guys. When was Jericho's victory over Triple H for the title on Raw for 30 seconds? Was it like the night after this? I'm pretty sure it was right after this. No, it would have been before this because Rock wins tonight. Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit. Jericho. El Magnifico, thank you for that. I hear great things. I'm going to be checking that biography out tomorrow. April 17th. I like this old Benoit music. Okay, so that would have been 2 weeks before this on the 17th is when that Triple H match happened. Okay. And then the SmackDown that I witnessed between these two that had the title switch, I think was in May of this year. Oh, I'll never forget watching when he won because at the time I was managing this little Italian restaurant, real small place. We had like 13 tables and the owner was a chef and I loved working there. And he pretty much let me do whatever I wanted. I was in charge. He had the back, I had the front, and it was up to me. But I was a server there as well, but I kind of made the schedule for everybody. So I gave myself off every Monday and everybody knew I was a big wrestling fan. I was into it. I went to shows and everything. So every Monday I would never work, but I would come down to the restaurant, come in, get myself some food. And I lived literally maybe a quarter mile away. I could walk. So I would drive down like an hour before Raw started, pick myself up some food, some pasta, lasagna, something like that, take it home and eat it while I watched Raw. Well, they were kind of busy. So I was just hanging out at the bar, helping out the bartender a little bit. And I didn't want to rush putting any food together for myself. And I was running late. So I put the show on in the bar. I turned the TV on in the bar and I'm watching the match and I'm watching Jericho win. And the girl who was bartending knew I was a big wrestling fan and is watching it with me. She goes, "You need to go home right now." I'm like, "I can't believe this." And so I got home. I was able to make it from the restaurant to home during the same time as a commercial break. So by the time I walked in the front door, Jericho's on the stage. I had my TV on, ready, taping the VCR, recorded the whole deal. Walk in and Jericho's on the stage and they're taking the belt off of him and giving it back to Triple H. This was crazy. It was a crazy night. I'm like, "I can't believe this. Give me my lasagna. I got to go home." It was lasagna and a crab cake and a salad is what I took home that night. I even remember what I ate. I missed that job. That was fun. Easy. Man, doesn't get much better than this. You got Jericho and Benoit for the Intercontinental title, and Timmy White counting the slaps. Jesus. These guys were just a year off their WCW runs, man. So it was, as a fan, it was so awesome to see them here. I was like, oh, is this refreshing? So much better off. Yeah, Chris, I eat takeout probably more than I should. I cook a lot too, but I tend to do, I was talking about this today, I actually eat too much takeout, I think. Whenever I'm home, I tend to cook my dinner. Grill a steak, make pasta, something like that. But a lot of times I'm picking up a sub or something like that for lunch during the day. And I eat at my job a lot too. So I still eat good food, but I do eat some shit mixed in with it. Reese, I can't sell any of my VHS tapes. They have been donated to a wrestling school. When I moved to California, I left them all with my buddy who lived in North Carolina. It was just going to be crazy to bring them here. Like, there was no need. I'd already transferred them all over to digital. But I didn't want to necessarily throw them away or anything, so he held on to them, and then it turned out wrestling school was interested in them and showing, just showing old tapes and, to their students and shit. I'm going to give it to them. I don't even want any money for it. Just give them all. So they have been reborn, hopefully, and continue to live on somewhere in the universe. Oh, Benoit, that was a sick dive right there. Jesus. He did not find his mark. No, JR, he did not. Oof. Chris Benoit. Oh, good spot. I didn't like what they did at WrestleMania 20, or I'm sorry, WrestleMania 16, with like that triple threat, both titles on the line type of thing. I would have much preferred just to see Jericho and Benoit for the IC. Give him a chance to be a Steamboat Savage type of deal, What's that crazy stat about that show? There's like no singles matches on the whole show or something, or maybe there's one. That's bullshit. Airline food. I'm old enough to remember when they actually cooked shit for you on airplanes and stuff. I remember eating some nasty-ass omelets on a flight once. Yeah, Benoit never walked through a match. Like, he was always just stupidly intense. All his shit was crisp. JR, it's Chris Benoit. How many times we got to tell you? Well, since we got two really good wrestlers in the ring right now. Let's just give you another one real quick. That's good enough. What is Lawler's obsession with Liechtenstein? I'm actually really excited to see the finish because I don't know what it is. Abdominal stretch. Love watching Timmy White reffing. He was like my favorite one. Oof. God, what a collision. Lion salt. The injured arm. Six. When do y'all get up? Oh, he goes for the cover. I'm like, somebody better get up. Jesus. A big boot up to the face of Jericho. Another reverse. Spinning heel. Good question, King. Let me see, where are they? DC? Oh yeah, that probably is a mixed bag. Winnipeg and Calgary. People in DC? I don't think they care. Good headbutt spot by Jericho. Loves to do that. My favorite signs in the crowd are the ones that the fans who write them don't understand that you have to like write big and dark, and they just write shit's invisible. You can't see shit. Like, this ain't 4K. Just old standard, good old standard definition back in these days. Hangs up Benoit this time. Is he going to go for his... yeah, he's going to go for a springboard deal. Oh, swatted away. Smart. Now he's in headbutt position there. I feel like Benoit's going to miss his headbutt. Oh, no, he's going for... belly to back. Yeah, he's going for a belly to back. Oh, reverse the belly to back. Oh, both guys crashed hard. Yeah, RNO. This feud, the Dr. Seuss promo was funny. And yeah, and I was at the show about a month later where they did the title switch on SmackDown, so I was there live for that. But I was at the one where he does like Chris Benoit on a boat or whatever, and they'd work SummerSlam. They just had a kind of a long-standing rivalry here. They'd both pause and do other things at Fully Loaded, right? Benoit would work Rock, Jericho would work Triple H, and then they'd come back together at SummerSlam. Jesus. Somebody coming. Oh, damn, that is a lot of strength by Jericho. Props to him for pulling that off. Because I always felt that Benoit was better in the ring, but Jericho was the better overall wrestler because he had stupid charisma that Benoit lacked. Don't tap, Chris. You're in the middle of the ring, partner. You're in the middle of the ring, pal. I feel like Jericho's going to get out of this, but he shouldn't. He should be tapping. Protect this move. I think anytime Benoit ever locked that move in the middle of the ring, the match should have just been over. Feet in the ropes. I don't remember Jericho got heat for he called The Undertaker boring. He might have. He got heat for everything back in the day. Say the wrong thing, do the wrong thing. Next thing you know, you're changing in the broom closet. Well, the wall's on Benoit. Got the knee. Got to put that knee in. There you go. Benoit's still kind of fighting it. Now he's got it. Jesus, he's got that locked in good, too. He's close to the ropes. Pretty tough. Oh, down goes Timmy. Hard bump. Timmy always had the fish out of water bumps, too. He's flailing arms and shit. Always looked hilarious. He's got the belt. I think the title will be more effective. Oh, he's going to win this way? No, he kicks out. I'd swing it more like a baseball bat. Just try to catch him right in the face of that metal part. You swing it as hard as you can like a whip. Wouldn't work for TV because you can't kayfabe that, but... Where's the finish where he pulls the belt in the way and then Benoit gets bloodied up? This might be it. This might be the spot. Oh. Oh, and he got countered out. Or he got disqualified. They did that spot one other time, and Benoit got real busted up. Because he, like, legit headbutted the belt. Oh, bullshit. That's awesome. It's a good finish, though. You never want a DQ, but at least when it's, like, dramatic like that. Oh, he is busted up, see? That must have been the same match then. Yeah. He legit headbutted the belt. He's looking at the blood just dripping from his mouth. Yeah, this is the same match. Yeah, this one and that Scotty too Hotty bump earlier, man. Oh, he's put... Yo, Jericho! I might have to draw the line there. We're attacking... No free beers at the friendly tap for you, fucker. He should be fined and suspended, as Jesse Ventura would say. This is ridiculous, Monsoon. You know, Jericho was on the cover for the Backlash DVD for this. Maybe wonder what they made it or might have originally had planned. Maybe they realized WrestleMania 16 wasn't the best decision and they said, let's just put the belt on The Rock. Or maybe they had something. Maybe Jericho was supposed to get a match with Triple H. Oh, he really did hit him with it too. Damn. Oh, this is it. Main event next. Oh, Austin and Shawn Michaels warned Jericho not to call Undertaker boring. If I'd have been Jericho, I'd have been like, ooh, he's so fucking boring. He's so goddamn boring. Oh, they're going to show a WrestleMania replay. Let me grab a cold one while that's playing. 1 second. Back. We back. All right, they're showing the history recap here of everything. Damn, they're messing The Rock up in the cage. Oh my god. Yeah, we're all aware of the Benoit history, everybody. We know. We're wrestling fans on this channel. We're not stupid. What help me out with the year before? Was Shane the ref in that too? It's so funny they bring Linda out for these announcements. They did the same shit the year before. She'd come out there. Linda got some of the biggest pops ever. The WrestleMania 17 pop, that one right there. And then the one where in 99, when they made Stone Cold like the CEO and her and Stephanie introduced him, like, Linda always got over. I don't know how. Oh yeah, he blows up the bus, right? I think he drags the bus in here. Come on. He just blows up the bus. I even remember as a fan at this time, I wasn't even super duper crazy excited about Austin being back because I knew it was temporary. I knew he wasn't ready. I knew he was going to be gone until like close to Survivor Series. So I was like, okay, he's coming in to help shit out here for a bit and make an appearance or two, but it felt shoehorned in, kind of. But it was Austin. It's what you had to do at the time. He was the most over dude in the world, and he was injured, so.
He's nowhere to be found here in the MCI Center. Well, The Rock says this about Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold could be in D.C. Stone Cold could be in Texas. Stone Cold could be 2 minutes away from the building. The Rock doesn't know. But what The Rock does know, what The Rock can count on, what you can count on, what everybody can count on, is that The Rock can guarantee. He's made the promise of the promise of the promise to the people. Is that tonight at Backlash, The Rock is walking out WWF champion. Triple H, The Rock says this. It doesn't matter who he has to go through.
The Rock says this.
He has to go through. He will go through them. He
Would have been great if he would have had that moment at WrestleMania. Oh, God, rank those years. Shit. There's lots of different ways you could look at it. How they felt at the time, 98, 97 and 98 felt pretty epic. Looking back, I think 2000 was the better year of all of them. 99 was okay. I'm going to go 98 number 1, 97 number 2, 2000 number 3, and 99 number 4. But that's personal rankings. Because I went to a lot of shows in 97, 98, and 2000, but that 98 year when they were really getting kind of on the map with the taking over from WCW and Austin and that whole deal. And then 97 was the Bret and Austin stuff, Canada, USA. Fun year. Oh, I missed this Triple H theme. I always liked it. I remember there was a rumor he died. He passed away. The guy, I think, that sings the DX song, and I think this one. I remember there was a rumor that he was like Triple H's brother. It was like the same thing as Beefcake and Hogan back in the day. Because they kind of looked alike. They had a nose. They had that nose. You know, in the big blue belt, I think of Triple H just as much as I think of Austin or Rock with that belt. He wore it. He wore it well. Look how good he looks. That's a champion right there. Yeah, by this point, I was a Triple H believer. I wasn't quite sure. I was quite the career change for him from going silly DX to serious cerebral assassin. He pulled it off in less than a year. But I still was on the fence with him until Royal Rumble. A couple months before this when he had that just ridiculous match with Cactus Jack. And I'm like, oh, okay, he's for real. Never since then, I've always had his back. He's had transportation problems. His Uber driver isn't showing up. Young Vince. Yeah, this was a peak Triple H. It really was. This is probably my favorite time period of his. Is like literally right here. Basically the whole year 2000, he was just fabulous. Right after this, they do the Iron Man match, right? Which is also super good. I was at SummerSlam when he had that triple threat with Rock and Austin, or Rock and Angle, which was good. He'd win the title again, I think, or no, Angle would win it. I watched Triple H. I think he won the match. I've actually seen a Triple H championship victory in person because he won the title at Unforgiven, I think. And that weird-ass six-man match thing. Jericho's face. Oh boy.
I regret to inform you that Stone Cold Steve Austin will not be here tonight.
2000 Triple H versus 2021 Roman Reigns. Who wins? Us. I don't know who wins that. Yeah, Raymond, I think I might have that one too. I remember it. I'll have to check my magazine video that I uploaded that time. Might be in there. All right, here comes The Rock. Nobody even gets close to these pops anymore. I'm not even sure if a CM Punk would draw this type of pop. Everybody be on their phones tweeting. I felt these ovations live. I went to so many shows. I was on the floor. I had floor seats for This Is Your Life. That was crazy, but I was like being able to hear that Rock in Austin too. It was just, it was crazy to be there. It's like the buildings couldn't contain the noise sometimes. It was a pretty quick run for The Rock because it was like a month and then he dropped it back, right? Undertaker was on his way back next month with the badass deal. Yeah, all of Rock's themes were great, Angie. They would evolve, you know, throughout the years from the original Nation into his own type of deal, and then spiced up once, then another time. Even his return theme in like 2012 was, what do the kids say? It slaps? It slaps. By the way, for those just stumbling across, we are watching Backlash 2000 main event time right now. Triple H and The Rock. WWF titles. Austin's supposed to be there. He has had transportation trouble. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a sixth sense or something like that, but my gut tells me we're probably still going to see him. Call me crazy. I just have that feeling. Is Triple H more tanned than The Rock? Yeah, the pre-match stare downs were also always fun, especially with The Rock. Nice reverse elbow. Really nice by The Rock. What's crazy about this is The Rock is 2 years and 6 months into his WWE run. 2.5 years. And he's over like 87 Hogan. Insanity. Rocky. Whenever me and my friends went to shows, we were always heels. Especially if there was kids around us. Rooting for the good guys, we'd root for the bad guys. Because we were edgy. Yeah, the tables have thus far survived. They probably don't for long. Is this where Shane eats the rock bottom on the table? I think he does. Somebody eats the rock bottom on the table. Maybe it's Vince. I hope it is Vince. He just posted the rock. Damn, Vince. That's not right. No shit, JR. Sometimes a referee's got to hug one of the... Oh yeah, it is Shane taking the ride. I know somebody does. Well, yeah, they've saved those announce tables all night. There's no way they're going to remain intact. Hell no. This is WWE in 2000, son. It's not the way it goes. High knee by Triple H. Old school, but effective. Big suplex by Triple H. I forgot Stephanie was women's champion. Gives you a pretty good idea of the state of the women's division around this time. My favorite thing about The Rock was the back of the boot cut out so his calves would have room to be in there. Because they literally would bust out of the boot without that. Oh, they both get him. Okay. Oh, is it a triple one? Is that what it is? That's I can picture the bump in my head. And I know I can see stripes in it. It might be Triple H and Shane at the same time. That's even better. They got a little bit overboard with the McMahon booking. I don't think they could. They got so ahead of themselves so often. I lost track. I mean, Shane was like heel, face, heel, face. Shane was heel, face. They turned on each other. Then Shane did the thing at the Survivor Series in '98 when The Rock won, screwed over Austin when he was kind of a babyface, and then joined with Vince. And then the previous month here, Vince is a babyface with The Rock, and then turns on him. It's like they just could not. And then a year after this, Vince and Shane would be facing each other at WrestleMania. And you can never keep track of who is heel, who is face. They switched so many times. But shit was so over back then, the fans didn't really care about the clusterfuck booking. Yeah, JR. Not pulling punches, is he? You can tell this crowd is just chomping at the bit. They're ready to cheer for something. If they would have sent them home disappointed here, that would have been a mistake. This is DC. We don't play any games in DC. You have a riot. You better put the belt on The Rock here. Oh. Kind of got snake-eyed sort of on almost. I couldn't tell if it was the first or second turnbuckle. On her sweet little face. Imagine what would have happened, like, or where we'd be today had they never gotten together, Triple H and Stephanie. How much would be different? Where Triple H would be? If he ever would have left, if he'd be in AEW right now. Maybe Stephanie would have married Ryback instead. I was about to say, Vince is up there. He's got the belt. What a sleazy owner. I like how they distract. Why would they distract the ref? Like, Shane would just let him do it, right? Chyna would still be in the company. That's true. We tried to fast count him, too. Yeah, Triple H and Chyna might have stayed together, but they also probably likely wouldn't have. It just might not have been so ugly, their breakup. It might have kept Chyna on the right path. Might not have been so devastating for her if they just parted mutually and shit like that, you know? Could very well result in a still living Chyna, that's for sure. Jeez. Smackdown on Triple H. The game's fine. There we go. Hopefully we're getting close to these announce table spots because I know they both eat them hard. Oh. Oh, Shane, you piece of shit. What an asshole. Shrugs his shoulder, crosses his arms. Whoop his ass. There you go. Damn, Shane bumped for that right hand. I have a feeling this is where Shane and Triple H go to table hell. I don't know, Angie. I think he loved her. I think one thing we also have to remember is the risk Triple H was taking with that. You know? He had to have known that getting with her, yeah, it could really help his career, but it could fuck his career up, too. If it didn't work out, how, you know, what would that mean for his career? And wrestling was everything to him, so he was taking a big gamble with his career to be with her. So you can look at it like that, too. Or you could look at it as a very calculated risk that paid off. But if that would have gone sideways, you know, what do you think would have happened to them? You know, everything, maybe it would have been fine and Triple H would have been able to remain in the company and cordial and all that, or there could have been hard feelings and Triple H might have felt forced out. Oh man, rock bottom on the table. Oof. Man, be careful. I was there in SummerSlam when they would have quite the botch. Oh, here it is. He's got them both. Oh my God, what a spot. Jesus, that is so incredible. Perfectly executed Vince's face. Props to Triple H and Shane for just taking that picture perfectly. That's incredible. What a bump. Shane got the worst of it, as usual. Yeah, poor Carlos and Hugo, they always get abused, don't they? This is ridiculous. Look at this. God, that's so perfect. Combined with the crowd reaction, that was awesome. Awesome, awesome. Look at Big Jim over there, security guard. Got to see him up close a bunch of times. That was so good. Shane might not be getting up. How stupid are you, Vince? Look at Vince like, ah! God, Vince is the most uncoordinated nonsense mess I've ever seen. Oof. Vince is calling for reinforcements. Who's he got? The Stooges? We saw the Stooges earlier, right? Or maybe the Stooges were in charge of getting Austin out of the... Oh, it is the Stooges. Look at these. Oh, I love Pat Patterson running. Pat Patterson running is something I didn't know I needed. But I do. And I'm glad I got it. Now Briscoe in there jumping, stomping the rock. Oh my god. Oh. So you can tell now the crowd's every person's on their feet. They're chanting Austin. They know he's coming. Shane is still deceased on the outside of the ring. Doink. Jeez. Vince is the worst. I don't know how this dude ever played any sports in school. He just doesn't know what he's doing. He can't run, he can't move, he can't punch, can't kick. But somehow a dude has good matches all the time. I was more coordinated at age 4 than Vince is at age 50 here. Oh, here we go. Look at that entire building. Lost her mind. Even the upper deck stands up. Austin, we love you, but don't pretend you ain't got a beer belly right now. Oh, he's gonna wear out everybody with the chair. Oh, Patterson. One for Briscoe. Oh, doink. Briscoe ate it hard way, too. Oh, Shane ate one. Poor Shane's had a rough night. Vince. Oh, don't make out with him, Steve. I was about to say, there's no way Austin could have taken any bumps here. Just obliterates everybody with the chair and leaves. His jeans are painted on. And there he goes. Oh, and then she returns with Earl. I feel like it was something similar the year before. I don't know why. And then she just instructs him to go in. Oh, and Stephanie. Psh, Linda the badass. Earl's like waiting for direction. Oh, that's right, because they fired Earl and all that. That's right. I remember after the Jericho fiasco. Look at the crowd. They're losing their shit. $20,000 people simultaneously shit and pissing themselves. And there she goes. There goes Earl. What a payoff. Awesome. Look at that. You'll never see a pop like that again. You will never see a pop like that again. I don't care what you try to do in modern times. As great as the moment of Bianca Belair and some other things we saw at WrestleMania, it'll never match this. Look at Vince all busted and crippled. Oh, crazy. Found his way back to the title, finally. Now, help me with my timeline. It had been a while, right? It had been the year before at WrestleMania when he was champ, right? He went that whole rest of 99 and up until now without winning that title back. So that was a long time coming for The Rock. I mean, in those days, a year gap is a long time. Austin had the belt for the beginning part of 99 when he won it, and then Triple H took over after Austin got injured, and now Rock finally finds his way back. But that definitely should have been what they did at Mania, for sure. Right up the road in Anaheim. Well, you can thank Austin for that. And at the time, it was interesting to see them kind of work, because they had had so many teases of working together kind of quickly, and but they were mostly rivals. But even in 99, after he beat The Rock for the title, I think later that year when Rock turned babyface, I think they did a tag together or something on Raw, perhaps, where they were kind of both babies. Just 3 years before this, Rock is Rocky Maivia facing the Sultan at WrestleMania. It's weird, the crowd didn't pop for that. When Austin's music hit, they kind of shut up. Oh, and he shows, oh my god, he's got the Stone Cold truck, and he's dragging the busted up bus. So maybe that's why he was late. He was towing that thing here the whole time. That busted, it's like literally the bus too. Like, how much did it cost to transport? How did they get that, like that just extra spot? They did that. They don't have to. They could just had Austin come out there and the same thing is achieved. But no, we're going to drag the bus out there. Two most over guys in the history of wrestling in the ring right now. 20 years ago. Of course, we got a toast of beer. How do you think I got my thumbnail for this? Toast the title. I remember that belt. I won that from you. Don't worry, a year later, shit would get real. We did a watch along on that, by the way, if you want to watch it. WrestleMania 17. It's in this playlist. That was a good pay-per-view. I'm glad we watched that one. That was super awesome. It was like one of those pops to where you can almost like, not only can you like hear the pop, but you can like almost see it. It's just like you can almost visualize like the air ripples of just the crazy excitement. That's the way those matches were back then, especially with Rock and stuff. That was just that was incredible. I'm glad I got a chance to take a look back at that. That's what I'm really going to like about these watch-alongs is some of these shows I haven't seen in, 20 years or 10 years, 15 years or whatever it is. It gives me a chance to go through and watch those again, fresh set of eyes, and comment on them and stuff. So we're going to be doing plenty more of these in the future. So I definitely appreciate you guys hanging out tonight and watching this with me. It was fun. We're going to be back up here again tomorrow to review Raw, and I'm not too thrilled about what we're seeing right now for the preview, but we'll be up here regardless talking about it, and should be a fun week in general here on the channel. So you guys have a good rest of your Sunday evening, and thanks for hanging out with us tonight, and make sure you're here tomorrow night right after Raw. We're back at it again. Y'all take care.